Things are getting mysterious, like a suspense film start. If there are characters, does Jiang Bingju know about Xiuya's rehab and torture? Oddly enough, Renanju couldn't find Xiuya's admission records, like a plot twist in the script. Given the relationship between the director and Jiang Bingju, Xiuya shouldn't be treated this way. It's like an unwritten rule in the plot. Renanju suspected hidden secrets between Xiuya and Jiang Bingju, like TV show twists, and probed Xiuya's family ties. Sure enough, Xiuya wasn't Jiang Bingju's real daughter, her mom, Xiuya. She was in a complicated relationship with Jiang Bingju. The moment Renanju mentioned the stepfather, Xiuya looked terrified, as if she had a huge psychological shadow over Jiang. Renanju wanted to keep asking, but suddenly Xiuya feigned to talk about the dramatic plot twist. The experiences from the rehab center were horrifying, but the show needed another plot twist, a shocking confession from Xiuya that she really killed her stepfather Jiang Bingju, creating suspense. This left Renanju in a tough spot. Ever since she mentioned Jiang Bingju last time, Xiuya had refused to meet. So, she rushed to the hospital, trying to gather clues from Dongjie, but to her surprise, Dongjie mysteriously vanished. This made Renanju even more curious, and time was running out. She decided to take a risk and find someone to impersonate Dongjie, hiding their face, then point out the truth herself. Xiuya had been trapped in the Angel Rehab Center, suffering inhuman violence and sexual assault. It sounded like a real-life horror show, completely contradicting the police. The show caused a huge uproar. The public stormed the prison where Xiuya was held. They demanded a retrial, wanting the truth to be revealed. Seeing the news report, Xiuya finally felt a spark of hope to clear her name. Subtitles. She took the initiative to request a meeting with Renanju. However, as soon as they met face to face, she couldn't wait to inquire. After that, Renanju promptly presented Jiang Bingju's photo, as she already had the answer in her mind. Subtitles. All that was lacking was for Xiuya to speak it out herself, but unexpectedly, she suddenly lost her emotional control, revealing that since she moved into the abode of Jiang Bingju, a prostitute's home, she had fallen into a hellish pit. Jiang Bingju dropped his wife Xiuya, took pills, and when Xiuya returned from late study, he burst into her room with a gun like a horror film. Xiuya recounted live to the entire nation the atrocities committed by Jiang Bingju and her mother Xiuya's tragic death, like a reality show gone wrong. Last year, land Xiuya bought before marriage attracted a developer to build a mall. She soon died of a heart attack. But just a day before her death, she transferred that land to Jiang Bingju, dressed up to look like a random act. Xiuya felt odd and secretly probed her mother's death. Finding the report came from the rehab headquartered drama. It's clearly murder. Xiuya tried to call the police, but Jiang Bingju and the director had her committed. Not even the climax was spared. They had already found the buyer to sell Xiuya off and cover their tracks as if they thought they were in a crime drama. But unexpectedly, Xiuya survived the fire and finally exposed everything. Xiuya's story sparked outrage nationwide, prompting public doubts about Jiang Bingju's death like a never-ending plot twist. According to Xiuya's account, after escaping the fire, she rushed home with only one thought in her head, to kill Jiang Bingju. But unexpectedly, when she entered the room, Jiang Bingju was about to commit suicide with a gun. Quite an unanticipated plot twist. Renanju theorized that Jiang Bingju probably couldn't cope with the fall from grace and chose to end it all, as if he was the main character facing his downfall. The police made Xiuya, present at the scene, take the blame to cover up his disgraceful death episode. Renanju's analysis made perfect sense, like a detective work in a gripping storyline. Angry crowds besieged the court and police station, demanding Jiang Xiuya murder retrial like a protest drama. Under pressure, the police had to reopen the investigation, and when they re-examined Jiang Bingju, they found out she had been not only drinking excessively, but also using banned substances that could cause neurological disorders, leading to bizarre incidents. It felt like the plot had turned into a farce. Given the findings, the court reopened the case and acquitted Xiuya for lack of direct evidence. Finally, this managed to quell the public outrage and media uproar. When Xiuya was released from prison, Renanju deliberately made a special trip to go and pick her up, but Xiuya looked not even a hint of relief, and as she got out of the car she muttered something strange, leaving Renanju puzzled. Renanju was scratching her head in confusion, but then realized that since mental patients couldn't access pens, how could Xiuya steal the pen from caregiver Dongjie to write a rescue number? Xiuya must have been lying. More details began to flood Renan's mind. The actual date of Qi Shang's death was exactly the same day as the fire, contradicting Xiuya's story that after her mother died, she was sent to the mental hospital after which the fire occurred. The timeline didn't add up. This story always had to have a miracle. After pondering for a moment, Renan scoffed at herself, realizing that the person initially sent to the mental hospital wasn't even it was Qi Shang. Jiang Bingju had her sent to the mental hospital after forcing her to transfer the land. A series of bizarre actions followed. Dongshai witnessed it all and wrote this diary as evidence. When Qi Shang was about to have her organs harvested by the director, Dongshai kindly dialed Xiuya's number based on Qi Shang's instructions. It felt like one thrilling drama. So it wasn't Zhenyu, but Xiuya who saved her at the rehab center. The fabricated Zhenyu was her real father. Perhaps then, she thought if her father were alive, she'd protect them at all costs, sparing her mother this an ultimate twist like a grand finale. Yet her mother was dragged into the fire by the director, burning to death before Xiuya's eyes. But shockingly, after escaping, she found her stepfather Jiang Bingju waiting outside. In that instant, Xiuya was filled with rage and decided to quietly follow Jiang Bingju home. She stealthily grabbed the gun from Jiang Bingju's drawer and shot her. Reflecting on this, it felt like a desperate revenge scene.